Hello and welcome to Vocal Bliss. I'm Ramesha, I'm a voice teacher, and today I would like to talk about the secret to having a really loud voice when you sing in just a moment.
Dare to climb boldly, brave that high peak. You'll never know failure if bravely you seek.
Many singers think that the more they push their voices out and the louder they are, and that is true only up to a point. What happens when you push your voice, you hear yourself very loudly because you're creating a big sound. But if you're just pushing and you're not placing the tone correctly, what happens is the sound is loud in just all around you, close to you, but the voice is not really projecting far from you, which means that if somebody stands just a few feet away from you, they won't hear you nearly as loud as you think you are. And so the secret for a loud tone is not so much pushing your voice out, it's to learn to place it correctly so that the voice projects far away from you. This is how trained singers can sing in an environment without even a mic and be heard at a great distance. I remember visiting in Italy a place called Arena di Verona. This is an outdoor theater, let's say, but it's completely open air theater, and they perform operas there, and I remember being at one of them, and no singer had a mic. They were just singing like that, but because they were projecting their voice so well, you could still hear them on top of a full orchestra playing. So this technique was developed at a time when microphones didn't exist. So they had to figure out a way to project the sound in such a way that you were able to still be heard on top of a full orchestra of instruments playing. And so when you sing and you want to really project, the way to do it is to learn first how to place your voice. Placing your voice means using your throat muscles in such a way that you're able to maximize the sound that you put out in terms of volume, in terms of resonance, in terms of beauty too, in a way that it requires the least amount of effort. Oftentimes you see singers sing and their faces are like purple and their veins are sticking out of their neck, and you can tell that they're not really doing something easy, and that's because they're just training their voice. And in the long run, this is harmful to the voice too. It's not just that it doesn't sound as great. And so what you need to do is to learn to relax, open, expand, and just have exercises that allow you to gradually fine-tune where you're supposed to place the tone in your voice so that the sound that comes out is full and big and resonant, but without you making any effort. And this is where vocal training comes in the picture, and it's very, very important. It's really hard to figure that out on your own, I must say. Maybe some people are born with more of a talent that way and they can do it, but for the most part you need somebody to show you how, and you need somebody to guide you through specific steps where you can gradually learn how to do that. And I remember once I was at a karaoke and there was an opera singer who was present, and so the guy who was doing the karaoke invited her to sing, and at first she didn't want to, but then she went. And so, the accompaniment started, and then she started singing, and oh my God, I thought the speakers were gonna blow up. So he took the mic away from her and asked her to sing without a mic. Well, even without a mic, she was pretty darn loud in the bar or club or wherever we were. And so it's like, wow, so this is what somebody can do when they really project their voice. And it's not like she was trying to yell at all. She was just singing using the technique she knew. And so that really was something that impressed me. It's like, okay, so this is what you can do when you place your voice correctly. So don't try to push your voice. Pushing your voice will ultimately make your voice grow old more quickly. And it's not really fun. I mean, I don't know if you had the experience of singing a full concert pushing your voice. It's just not fun because you're always training, and probably the next day you won't have a voice at all. So the most important thing you can do is relax, do some long notes, hold the vowel, and as you hold, relax your throat, open, try to really figure out where the tone is. At some point, if you hold a note and relax, you'll hear that the sound will become fuller and more stable. So try to understand how you do that in your throat. What are you doing in your throat to make that happen? And gradually you'll figure out how to place the tone. It's not easy to explain in words like this. You need some exercises to do it right. But still, this is something that is absolutely essential. And then, yes, you will need to have good support and, you know, have good breath pressure from your diaphragm, from your belly muscles, in order to create a full and loud sound. But it will be loud only because you are relaxed here. See, the more you try to relax and open, the more resonant the sound becomes, and the louder it will be even without you trying. Whereas if you squeeze your throat and push in order to be loud, the sound will apparently be loud, but it will be more like a yell. It's not a real sound. It's like somebody yelling. And so that's maybe good for some styles of music, but in the long run, no matter what the style, in the long run it's not going to be good or healthy for the voice. So it will make your voice wear out for sure. So just make sure you relax. Everything that you do vocally, if you feel tense, if you feel tired, if you feel pain, that means that you are definitely doing something wrong. There's no question. Singing shouldn't be painful, shouldn't be something that, you know, makes you really tired, makes you feel fatigue or anything like that. It should be absolutely natural, and it should be something that is always fun to do, and I hope that that's how you keep it. So if you want to know more about the techniques I'm talking about, you can look at the links below where there is some courses that I have. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Be strong.